This week on Archer's Choice.
They're down-to-earth, honest people, and what you see is what you get. So I love being around people like that. There's nothing hidden, and they're just a pleasure to share camp with.
J&M, it's a family operation, and I'm going to tell you something. It's all about family.
Hey, welcome to this week's Archer's Choice. And this week, well, we're heading where Toto was, Kansas.
No, we're going to J&M Whitetails in Kansas.
Where Toto was.
Obviously hunting whitetails
Oh,
with Steve
obviously.
in Indiana.
Oh,
and,
boys.
And the boys, yes.
I mean, I'm going to tell you, this family is just like all of us, covered up with
Yes.
hunting, fishing, the outdoors. And it's so awesome to share a week every year with them because it's just downright good home living.
Yeah, and Joey and Mason, I mean,
Oh,
those kids, they crack us up. They're right. They're
Oh.
good kids, but oh my gosh, we just sit and laugh.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's just get going?
let's not waste any time.
All right, let's get
Let's
into
go
the
look
hunt.
for Toto,
No, Toto is a band.
the Wicked Witch of the West.
No. Really? I thought it was more like Glenda the Good Witch. Unless I don't get coffee. Well, once again, we're heading to Kansas with J&M, and you know, we look forward to this hunt because we get to go and spend time with a great family.
It's not just going out in the woods, you know what I mean? It's sharing the mornings, the afternoons, and the evenings.
We're almost at J&M Whitetails. Camp is just right up here around the corner, and we will get busy.
I moved out here because I have a love for giant whitetails, and I love being able to be outside and just working every day in the outdoors. Guided out here for a few years, and then in 2018 I was able to open up J&M Whitetail Outfitters, Destination Kansas. Continued the love for whitetails. I have a wife of almost 14 years now, and two young boys. Deanna's my wife, Joey my oldest, and Mason youngest. Having my family around here is what it's all about. That was one of our big pushes to move from Maryland when we moved out here, was to be able to raise my boys in the outdoors, just in God's country, more or less. The integral part of the operation. My wife, she runs the lodge, does all the cooking and the cleaning and everything, and takes care of books for us. And Joey and Mason, I mean, they love the hunters. They interact with them every night. They're out here congratulating on deer. They're out when it's not hunting season. They're filling feeders with me and checking cameras. So that's what we're doing it for, is for them. That's where the J&M comes from. Told them many times the business is theirs when they're ready for it. My oldest, Joey, was blessed last year at 4 years old. Was able to kill his first deer. We got out in between hunters last year, groups in rifle season, and got his first button buck, which he was thrilled with. And then this year we had the goal. He wanted to shoot his first antlered buck, so we practiced and got him all set up, and everything worked out. And he was able to get his shot at the deer, and he dropped that buck. And then I wanted to go get the deer. It was laying right there in front of us, about 65 yards, and he said, "No, Dad, I want to shoot a doe too." So we sat in the stand, and 20 minutes later, he shot his doe, and about a 105-yard shot, and she only ran 20. So I wish sometimes some of my hunters would do that for me and make it easy, but it's all good in the end, and I couldn't be happier. It's one of the most special hunts that I've ever been a part of, and look forward to many, many more of them. And Mason, he's getting there. He loves to be out here, part of all of it. He's not quite ready to want to be hunting for himself. He just likes to be a part of it with everybody else.
After a rainy day yesterday, Ralph and Vicki are thrilled to have some nicer weather and are even more excited to get out in the stand for the first day of the hunt. But Stephen has advised them to hold off until the afternoon, so they'll be doing just that.
A lot of times your outfitters are gonna tell you, you know what guys, maybe we shouldn't hunt the mornings.
Right.
And you're on a hunt and you're like, oh no, I gotta hunt the mornings. I'm here, listen to them. Because if you don't push those animals in the morning time, they're gonna be there in the afternoon time for prime time, and you're gonna have an opportunity. And what we're saying to you is don't guide the guide.
Absolutely, because we've been on plenty of hunts where you're in camp with other people that are telling the guides what they feel they should do, but we don't live there. We don't follow what they're following. We don't see what has happened in the past couple weeks before this. The guides know what's going on.
All right, we got you set up in here. We're in our lock ladder stands. Can't beat those for comfort. Last year when we sat here, the majority of the activity came from up here out of this bedding area and came through going that way. Now things could change, but Steve knows his deer and we trust him. So we're gonna sit patiently.
Much like last year's hunt at J&M, Ralph is already starting to see activity. And as the afternoon goes on, even more deer pass through the area. Meanwhile, Vicki is getting set up at another stand with her trusty Hoyt ready to go.
When we get up in the stand, and it wasn't much longer after that we had activity. We had does coming around us. They were really nervous, but our wind was blowing down the trail where they came from, and we didn't expect them to come from that direction. Well, we watched these does, and they were milling around, and we watched and watched and watched, and then they kind of walked away and meandered out. And we're sitting there, and then all of a sudden, Brad says, I hear something, and I turn and I look, and he goes, I think it's a little buck. Well, no, it's not a little buck. The second I saw this buck and he come in, I just grabbed my Hoyt.
Yeah.
I was ready, and he just looked at me and his eyes were like this big. He's like, okay, well, she means business. Got all excited, and I went ahead and I let the guys know. I let Steven and Tom know. I'm like, I'm done. Come on, he's down. They're like, what? Oh my gosh, that's a big body deer. That must have been the big body deer there. Steve, everyone at J&M Whitetails, thank you. Kansas is not an issue for Vicki this year. Woo. Just got my arrow. I hear them coming down. We're losing light fast, so we're just gonna go over there. They'll see the camera light, they'll see my headlamp, they can find us. Okay, now, there he is, look it. He's right there. Look at him. Oh, he's a beautiful deer. Look how wide he is. What a beautiful buck. Look at him. We're here at J&M Whitetails. Look at these guys coming in here right now. They're driving the buggy to us. Look at him. Oh, I know, but look at his body. Look at how big he is.
Oh, yeah. That ain't the big one either. Look at how wide he's beautiful. Well, you guys, I can't thank you enough. First night, last year we were here, I hunted every single day. We even hunted a few all days, and it didn't connect. And tonight, like, this just doesn't happen for me. Like, I can't thank you guys enough. We're here in Kansas, J&M Whitetails, and Steve and Tom, you guys, again, and we were just talking about it before the camera was on, that I am on cloud 9. Like, this doesn't happen for me. I have, like, born and raised Illinois, and I have an issue with shooting whitetails. It just doesn't happen for me. Ralph, RJ, they shoot deer every year, and if you go through all the years of all the shows, I shoot a couple, and the couple that I shot some really good ones, but I never, no. So I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much for everything. Tom.
Oh, son of a gun. Nice, honey. Really nice.
Huh?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks. Appreciate it. I told Steve, I said you can ask Ralph.
This is a whole family here. I mean, come on, get in there.
Well, and I told Steve, I'm like, yeah, Ralph will laugh at me because I like wide. Huh?
Yep.
And that just is, I'm like, oh yeah, no, done. Hey, look what I did, guys.
Look what Vicki did.
Look at this. What, Joey? He's like, did I do good?
Did she do a good job?
Huh? Come on, can I have 5?
Look, right there.
No.
Can I have a high five?
Can I have a high 5? What,
Oh, yeah.
Did you high 5 me with a car?
With the toy.
The Legos.
What do you think, bud? Did I do good?
Yeah, hi, Mr. Diaz.
Having Ralph and Vicki in camp's fantastic. They're hilarious. The banter back and forth between the two of them. Well, I mean, they've been together for 20-some years. I mean, there's nothing quite like it there, and they're down-to-earth, honest people, and what you see is what you get. So I love being around people like that. There's nothing hidden, and they're just a pleasure to share camp with.
The hunt with J&M Whitetail Outfitters, Destination Kansas, is just getting started. And Vicki is already tagged out on the first day of the hunt with a fantastic 10-point. Ralph is hoping to have a chance to put his Hoyt to use. And as the days go by, he is still in the stand, enjoying everything Kansas has to offer.
You know, in one of the tater fields, we had a great situation, a nice buck coming in. Problem was electronics. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, it's getting darker, it's getting darker. And by the time he was in for an opportunity, cameraman said, nope. You know me, I'm gonna hold off. And it's not that I'm holding off for some giant animal. I love being there. I love seeing it. You know what I mean? And lo and behold, we got in the morning because our barometer was changing, the weather was coming in. So Steve says, you know what, let's try it. Let's try it in the morning. So we get in there, Eddie and I get in there, we're all set up, and right at sunup, you could start seeing deer movement coming out of the fields, coming into the timber where we're sitting. We get in there, and sure enough, I see this tall buck, and I'm like, oh yeah. So he mills around, the does come underneath us, we have a couple other bucks come through, and I could still see him further out, and he's slowly meandering, and I'm like, okay, if he gets close, we're gonna take seize the opportunity. And as he come, I drew back, boom, we popped him. We took off, and you know how we did, Eddie rewound it, and we took a freeze frame and we sent it. We took a picture on the phone.
Yeah, but what happened after that?
We got back to camp, and they went to download all the stuff, and so I guess a corrupt file on that card.
So what's so crazy about this is that, you know, I mean, think about it with tape. When we used to film on tape,
Yes.
you know, we would always tell everyone, do not rewind the
No.
tape.
Nope.
Don't do it until it gets back to the office. Cards, we don't think anything. We think
No.
we don't think twice about it. Just go ahead, rewind it, check the shot, make sure everything looks good, yada yada yada. Never had this happen, and it happened.
It happened.
It corrupted. We have no idea why. We still don't know why, and
The guys, Eddie, RJ, and all have gone through different systems to try to.
oh, everything you could find on the web, they have tried, and that file is just jacked.
The trials and tribulations of filming your hunts. So explain to me what's wrong again.
Sometime between in the camera and putting it on the hard drive, we have about 15, 20 clips that are corrupt. And your shot is one of them. We're not doing anything to that to the card. I'm not gonna jack with it. We'll take it back to RJ and he can do magic on it, but I'm not going to right now. Because if I do, I probably will ruin it forever. We have everything afterwards, like here, you guys had that spike in there.
Now see, he's smelling where the arrow is.
And I mean, it's a pretty good red arrow. This is where we're at. His shot is probably, see on here, these all are blank, and then all of a sudden we have footage. That card was corrupt to all of those videos. So his shot's probably one of these right here at the bottom. And we're just
Why
gonna
couldn't
have
it
to
have been
wait.
like, you know what I mean?
That's fine. Let's go find the last piece of the puzzle. We'll go get the
Yeah, let's
deer
go get the deer.
and
Figure it all out.
figure it out from there.
Yeah.
You electronics wizards, figure that out.
Yeah, buddy, I'm no electronics wizard. Screw that. Wait, let me put my helmet back on.
Oh, God.
It just was a tough blood trail there. We had deer are fat this year. They've been well fed, and maybe a sign of a pretty cold winter, but he fat sealed and the gut sealed up on that, so we didn't have much blood to work off of.
Small intestines.
So we figured if it's in, you know, if it's liver or guts, he's probably going to go down to the creek.
Right.
And Steve knows exactly where an animal's going to go. You know what I mean? He said, well, we'll go down there. We found a little bit of blood, and then we lost it going down the ridge, got to the water, walked across this field, all this tall grass, thinking maybe we'll get some blood sign there. Didn't have anything there. Came back up, and one of you guys, hey, they found blood. He jumped just the little barbed wire fence.
Yep.
And he wasn't 30 yards past the fence.
I see him.
He's laying 15 yards from me.
Come here, bud. Buddy. Oh, son of a bee, man. Ah, come here, honey. Big T, Eddie.
That's his first bed. He laid up there.
Yeah, buddy. There's the shot. Look at.
It's not even that bad.
No.
There's the exit down there. That's what's on the guts.
Holy cow. What a morning. What a hunt, buddy. Steve, again, you guys you outdid yourself again this year. When he says, let's try it, do it. Just don't hesitate, because look at the results. Real simple. Is we had more bucks come through. They came out, they were coming out of those fields. They come right, going to that bedding area, like you said. And he presented a shot. I took it. He was just a hair, you know, going back, because he was quartering like to us. I probably should have hugged that a little more. So I think after, you know, examination, we got probably left lung, end of back lung, liver, and then he came out the backside. And wow, J&M, it's a family operation, and I'm going to tell you something. It's all about family. congratulations, man. You didn't
Thanks.
waste any time.
I didn't,
You
and
and
you took your
RJ are
time.
like, oh, let's get it done right away.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna pass up on a buck first day in hand. That
Nope.
no,
Nope.
you're not gonna do that. And then there's you who wait till the very last day to do anything, and then we have that card corruption.
I think it's
and
called patience.
There's everything. It's not patience. It's not patience. It's stubbornness.
Oh. Well, I got to tell you, Steve and his crew,
Yeah, Steve.
they
Tom,
know
you
what's
guys-
going on. You
Yeah.
talk about an incredible outfit. I mean,
Yes.
it's a family-owned operation. That's all it is, and not taking numbers. Just want everyone to have a quality hunt. And I
Yes.
can tell you, for the past few years we've been hunting with them, it's been quality every single day.
And we can't wait to get back there
No,
again.
we love them.
And we want to thank you guys just for watching this week's show. We'll see you next week. Same time,
Same channel.
right here
On
on
the
The
Archer's
Archer's
Choice.
Choice.